pace for 68 wins this season. That would break their franchise record of 66 that was set back in the 2008-09 season. Cleveland needs to go 15-5 the rest of the way to break that record. Here was Donovan Mitchell on clinching this early in the season. Marks and I holding it down in studio. NBA champ Kendrick Perkins beaming in from home. This Cavaliers team, it's having one of the most dominant regular seasons of all time. But the majority of people, Perk, they still believe that the Celtics are the favorite to come out of the East. So what exactly is the recipe here? Let's cook up some wins for the Cavaliers to get a championship.
Well, look, I'm still one of those believers in the Boston Celtics, okay? But I will say this. The Cavs, they do have the roster. They have the star power. They have the bigs. They have the coaching staff. They have everything, right? And I love their game last night because it put them to the test, right? The more of those games they can have, the better it's going to prepare them for the postseason. And I'm talking about when it becomes a possession by possession in the fourth, where they're forced to get stops. Down the stretch, my biggest concern is what is their go-to action going to be? Who's going to be the two-man game? I saw it when I was with Cleveland with LeBron and Kyrie. I saw it when I was with OKC with KD and Russ. Saw it when I was in Boston with Paul and KG. That's what I want to see out of the Cavs. I want to see more of Evan Mobley and Donovan Mitchell down the stretch in the two-man game like we saw with Jokic and Jamal Murray.
So I'm listening to Ina Garten's book right now, so I'm going to take this recipe, Perk, a little bit more literally. I think they need a cup of home court advantage, right? Because the Cavaliers, they're 29-4 at home. That is the best record in the NBA. So a cup of home court advantage.
Always talking about food.
That's an important part of their recipe, Perk. And then, right, they need a healthy dash of Donovan Mitchell. We've seen him come up short in the playoffs in years past. And this year, what's boding well for him is he's averaging his fewest minutes. And so he's going to be nice and rested by the time the playoffs come around. That's what they're hoping. And then, Perk, you've said this. They need a tablespoon of a number two. Who is going to be their number two on offense? That's what you've been calling for over and over again. Those three things have to come together perfectly, still with a dash of luck, because the Celtics, I believe, are the more complete team. But that's the recipe here for the Cavaliers, who have been so impressive all year long. But it also helps when you have an X factor, right? And Bobby, I hear you have one. It's time to fire up the Marks machine.
You ask and we will deliver for you. This is hypothetical, okay? Make sure it's hypothetical. I think anything can happen here. They have the flexibility to go out and make that one more big swing. They've got picks to trade. It's actually probably more of the simpler trade that works here. Malika, we're talking food right now. How about a secret ingredient, right? A little bit of a secret ingredient of certainly DeAndre Hunter. And since the trade, certainly what you've seen with Kenny Atkinson is pairing him with Evan Mobley here. Jared Allen comes out, and here's two plays from last night in this game. Two simple plays. They're identical, same plays at the end of the game here. When you look at it, we'll get this going.
Yeah, it's going to go. We know it, Bobby.
Oh, there we go. Perfect. Here we go. Two plays here, right? Bam here, right? Simple play. That was with 2:40 left in the game. Right to Mobley here. The same, he could have went to Mobley, a little bit of a floater, right down the lane here. Two identical plays. Perk said, who's the two-man game? Is it Mitchell and Mobley? I think it's Hunter and Mobley here. The spacing without Jared Allen in the game opens things up.
And they specifically got Hunter because of his experience guarding a Jason Tatum and guarding a Jaylen Brown. How could he be a difference maker for the Cavaliers in the postseason here, Perk?
Well, I mean, he's the ultimate 3-and-D guy, right? A guy that doesn't need the ball in his hands, a floor spacer. He's a hell of a cutter, 6'8", strong as hell, could defend at a high level, and he has an edge about him. He has a certain type of tenacity that you love to see. And again, you look at it, and can he be, off the bench, have that effect of a Drew Holiday or Derek White? I believe he can. Or is the moment going to get too big for him? I think, with the experience he had in Atlanta, I thought, a few playoff games, few playoff series he's been through. Also, we saw the run that he had in Virginia, and also he's playing with his best friend off the bench. Let's talk about that chemistry and Ty Jerome. Both of those guys come into the game, and they're instantly providing the spark and providing a certain type of tenacity that this Cavs need, I think he's definitely a difference maker. Again, I need to see it when the lights are the brightest.
Well, since he debuted, the Cavs are undefeated in the 10 games that he's played, thanks to the league's best offense and then a top 5 defense here. But did you guys catch this moment pre-game? Some familiar faces in the building last night. It's time for today's electric moment, brought to you by Hyundai. And it doesn't get more electric than this. On the 2016 Cavaliers. Have you ever kissed the top of Richard's head, Perk?
Oh, no. He's always sweating, and I wouldn't dare.
We have a tie on.
We love to see the love between
on there.
Oh, yeah, and he has a little bow tie on his lapel as well. From the first seed in the East to the team hot on their heels, though, in their illustrious history, the Celtics have 38 players who've been inducted into the Hall of Fame. Of those 38, there have been 106 total 40-point games, but none of them have been in the same game until last night. And no, it wasn't Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Whoever had Derek White and Peyton Pritchard on their bingo card, it's time to cash in because it was a Boston 3-party for these two last night. Actually, Jason Tatum, he was sidelined for this game. So let's pick it up in the first quarter here. The Celtics up by 1 here, Bobby. Peyton Pritchard firing from 3. Gets it to go.
I'm going to declare that Sixth Man of the Year is over.
Sixth Man of the Year is over, and it's going to Peyton Pritchard?
That is correct.
Knocks a 3. Down again. Celtics up 23-20. It didn't slow down in the second quarter here. It's Derek White's turn to get it started here, Bobby.
26 feet from 3 last night for Derek White. That's a remarkable stat there.
And then Derek White nails the corner 3 here. Pritchard and White, they combined 11 of 18 from 3 in the first half. Celtics lead 66-55 at the half. And in the third quarter, Celtics go up 19. Pritchard pulls up from 3. Listen to Mike Tirico on the call.
Come on! Oh, come on! Give it to me, Pritch!
Pritchard had 10 threes and 43 points in this one. To the fourth quarter we go here. Celtics now lead 109-92. White from the logo. Yeah, you know that's good. 41 points, 9 of 17 from 3. The Celtics get the win. Here's Pritchard after a historic night.
We're trying to play it the right way all game long. I mean, D. White had stretches where he was unbelievable. He ended up with 41. So, you know, it's just finding times in the game to.
That doesn't happen often. I wasn't ready.
Me and Pete were talking about it. It was like kind of crazy. Like we weren't even like just hitting the rim, like just swishes, and I don't know. You get hot and. I feel like I was getting a lot of really good looks, and so credit to the offense that we were running and the guys to find me.
Swishes only. White and Pritchard, they also became the first pair of teammates in NBA history to each record their first career 40-point game in the same game. It was electric to watch here. It's our final show of the week, so you know it's a packed one. The Knicks and the Lakers, they play tonight across the street. Which team is a bigger threat to the Celtics' throne? Big Perk. We're cooking a lot today. He's cooking up a big list. And Giannis made history while Harden turned back the clock last night. But it was what they both said after their huge nights that got the basketball world talking. Hear from them. Plus, despite the loss last night, the Pistons' turnaround, it's been one of the greatest in NBA history. So their big man's 10th 40-point game this season, the third most in a season in franchise history. The Thunder, they roll past the Grizzlies for their 5th straight win. Bobby, did this game tell you more about the Thunder or the Grizz?
I think Memphis for me, Malika, just because Ja Morant's back and that seems like that shoulder is still bothering him. 8 for 22, 2 for 9 from 3 last night.
Yeah, he looked like he was struggling a little bit to shoot it. Not struggling at all, though. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the Thunder, they just keep on rolling. To Milwaukee, Giannis Antetokounmpo. He became the 7th player born outside the United States to score 20,000 points. He finished with 32. The Bucks, they cruise past the shorthanded Mavericks here. The Bucks now sit in 4th in the Eastern Conference. Here was Giannis after the game on his big accomplishment.
You're the 6th youngest player to accomplish it. The 5 before you, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Kobe Bryant, Will Chamberlain, Michael Jordan, they all went on to 30,000. And to be in those.
Get there. For sure, 1,000%. There's no, I'm gonna get there. I don't know how I'll do it, but I'm gonna show up every single day and I'm gonna do it. Long story short, I'm happy for this moment, and I hope like a lot of people that work hard to accomplish this moment because it feels good, and I hope other people are able to feel the same.
I believe in Perk. Giannis says he's getting 30K. Do you believe him?
Hell yeah, I believe him. Look, Giannis told us one day he was going to be the league MVP. He did that. He also told us he was going to win the NBA championship. He did that. He also have 12,000 points of those 20,000 in the damn paint. He's one of the most dominant players to ever play the game of basketball.
And he's fallen in love with the process of improving as well. Last but certainly not least, he was sizzling hot. James Harden turned back the clock and served up a what perk? A 50-piece wing dinner. Was it all flats, spicy habanero style? Let's pick it up late in the first quarter here. James Harden doing a little dance, pulling up for three. This is what we've watched him do for years, Bobby.
And here's the thing. He was 5 for 28 from three coming into this game. So he was not shooting the ball great coming in.
Steps back from three there, beats the 24-second clock. Ahead to the second we go. Harden, he stays patient here with the ball. And then he's looking. Hits a little mid-range jumper, puts the Clippers up 48-44. Perk, he's starting to really cook now. Late in the third we go. James Harden, once again, drives Perk. Check out this floater.
Oh, nice little float action. Malika, he said he'll assist them. He's been a system for the Clippers. He definitely was a system last night.
36 points that system had through three quarters. Fourth here. Harden for the slam. Just an offensive clinic here that continues. LA still up here. James drives, floats it up, and off the backboard. The Clippers get the win. Harden finishes with 50 points. Here's Harden on his vintage performance.
To be able to sustain this level of play at this point in your career, describe what that takes.
Discipline, work, a level of focus that I feel like I don't get enough credit for. And just the mental capacity to go out there and do it at a high level every single night. It's not always be perfect, but you put the work in, good things will happen for you.
It was certainly James Harden's night, but the Pistons, it's been their season. They were the worst team in the NBA the previous 2 years before this one. They won just 31 games those 2 years combined. They've really turned it around in a big way this year, already winning 4 more games than they did the previous 2 years with almost a quarter of the season to go. A huge part of the 2024-25 Pistons turnaround is their toughness, their physicality. Jalen Duren, Isaiah Stewart joining us now. Thank you, gentlemen, so much for stopping by NBA Today. We really appreciate the time. We've had so much fun watching you all this season. I want to get the elephant out of the room first. I'm going to start with you here, Isaiah. Last night, I just don't think it was emblematic of how much fun this season has been watching you all. It was a tough loss against the Clippers. James Harden went off for 50. What made him so tough to slow down? What is it that you could do differently next time?
He's such a dynamic player. His year, I think 16 for him, and, he's still able to put up almost 50 points. He's still going strong. Next time, just obviously, we'll have a better game plan. Slowing him down and containing the game and getting the win.
Let's move on to the good here. We picked out 2 of your plays from the season. Isaiah, this is a play of Jalen's, and I'm hoping you can take us through what makes it so good. Gas up your teammate a little bit. So let's pull this up right here, Director Matt. And Jalen, you can feel free to chime in on this, but Isaiah, I want you to start us out. What are you seeing from Jalen?
Oh, man, he grabs the board, he starts the break, he runs the floor, and, he finishes it. He finished with a strong dunk. That's dog pound right there. But, you could just see how he can start the break, make a great pass, and go finish it at the rim. So strong and, athletic. That's dog power right there. Dog power. I love that. Dog power. All right, let's see if we got any dog power, Jalen, on this play from Isaiah. I want you to walk us through this one right here.
I see that about once or twice every game. And then Stu has been unreal this year in terms of his defensive presence. In my opinion, I think it's obvious, all defensive teams, if you're not watching them, you wouldn't know. But if you're watching it, you know that this guy has been amazing all year. All defensive team. What does it mean to hear that from your teammate? Oh man, it feels great hearing that. From my dog pound member. He obviously sees, how much I give effort on the defensive end, and to hear that from him, it means a lot because we are, we're partners. We work together every day, try to make each other better. So.
I keep calling you Isaiah, but oftentimes when we're talking about you on the show, we're evoking one of our favorite nicknames in the NBA, which is Beef Stew. Can you just give us the backstory, how you got that nickname? And Jalen, is that what you call Isaiah? Do you call him Beef Stew?
I call him Beef Stew. Yeah, we call him Beef Stew a little bit. He got a couple different nicknames.
Yeah, he does. He has a few. What's the backstory there, Isaiah?
I'm Jamaican. My father's Jamaican, and my favorite meal growing up was oxtails. So, a fan started it where, obviously the oxtails, beef, and my last name Stew. So he put it together. And, he called me Beef Stew, and that's what they call me now.
I love it.
They took it and ran with it. So.
I love it. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for joining us here on NBA Today. We really look forward to continuing to watch how your season unfolds.
No problem. Thank you for having us.
Before we bounce, meet Taehyung Kim, a huge Russ fan. Happened after the game. Look how happy Taehyung is to get to meet his idol, to get his game-worn jersey.
Malika, let me say something. This is who Russell Westbrook is, right? He is a possessed man on the floor, off the floor.
So somewhere, if you're really quiet, you can hear another GOAT debate starting right now. But LeBron and the Lakers, they will host the Knicks tonight. And with more on both sides of this matchup, joining us is our reporter covering the Lakers, Dave McMenamin, our reporter covering the Knicks, even though he's in Boston right now, but we won't tell anyone, Tim Bontemps. Dave, I want to start with you on this because it's not just LeBron anymore with this Los Angeles team. It's Luka Doncic as well. He'll be suiting up in his 10th game tonight for LA. Where have the Lakers seen his growth and felt that the most?
Well, Malika, you look to his outside shooting. He's finally found a rhythm in a Laker uniform. He's hit 11 threes in his last 2 games after only hitting 14 three-pointers in his first 7 games. So there's one small sample size. You're also seeing the ball in his hands a lot more. J.J. Redick said that Luka Doncic, quote, solved every riddle that the Pelicans defense threw at him the other night, and it was a different look almost every possession. And LeBron James reiterated after the game that he views the best version of this Lakers team moving forward will be with the ball primarily in Luka Doncic's hands. And then when Luka's on the bench, you have LeBron running the offense or Austin Reeves running the offense. I should note on Reeves, he's missed the last 2 games with a strained right calf, but he is probable to return tonight. And that's bad news for the Knicks because Austin Reeves scored 27 points at the Garden against the Knicks back on February 1st.
And when the Lakers have been fully healthy with this new lineup, they have looked, as Larry David over your shoulder would say, pretty good. Dave McMenamin, thank you so very much. Going over to the Knicks side now of this, Tim. Health, it's been at the center, I mean that literally, of the questions for New York here. What more can you tell us about the Knicks' big men heading into this matchup?
Well, I think it might be contagious, because I'm here in Boston for this game tonight with the Celtics and Sixers, where about 100 guys are sitting out. But in this game tonight, where the Knicks and Lakers are going head-to-head, All-Star center Karl-Anthony Towns, who missed Tuesday's loss to the Golden State Warriors before this 5-game, 10-day road trip for the Knicks, he'll be back in the lineup after missing that game for personal reasons. Tom Thibodeau said Tuesday night he wasn't sure if Cat will be back, but he is off the injury report, should be back in the starting lineup tonight against the streaking Lakers. Now, Mitchell Robinson, who has come back and played in the first 3 games of the season after missing the entire year after off-season ankle surgery, he is questionable. But in those 3 games, Malik, he's given the Knicks exactly what they've been waiting for him to provide. He's leading the team in offensive rebounding. He's immediately given them a presence inside, and the Knicks want to see more of him playing next to Karl-Anthony Towns going forward. We'll see if Robinson's able to give the Knicks that presence tonight against LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and the Lakers. And also questionable, Precious Achiuwa, obviously a backup forward, and OG Anunoby, who had a huge game on Tuesday against the Warriors. He is also questionable with his own injury. So Knicks have a bunch of injuries on the report. We'll see who's available tonight against the Lakers. As I said, the Knicks are out on the West Coast for the next 10 days.
And they're going to need all of their players, as many as they can get, against the streaking Lakers. Tim, Dave, thank you so very much. These 2 teams, they face off tonight, but they are also inextricably linked because the Lakers, they traded for Luka Doncic just hours after their last meeting against the Knicks. And since then, they have the league's best defense, 5th best net efficiency. The Knicks, meanwhile, they're in the bottom third of the league in both of those categories. So David Dennis Jr. is joining us now as well. DDJ, let's talk about these teams tonight, though. Which team is poised to make a bigger statement in this game, the Knicks or the Lakers?
Oh, well, I'll tell you who needs to make the biggest statement, and that's the Knicks. More specifically, Karl Anthony Towns needs a signature performance against one of these great teams. Right now, so far this season, against the Celtics, the Thunder, the Cavs, and the Lakers, he's averaging 16.5 points. That is not going to get it done. Karl Anthony Towns, we've heard a lot about that Lakers defense. He's still staring across that court at Jackson Hayes, and he needs to assert himself as a dominant center against that Lakers team that is still small. I want to see per playoff level intensity and performance from Karl Anthony Towns and a signature win by the Knicks tonight.
Park?
The Knicks need a feel-good moment. They need a feel-good moment, meaning they need a feel-good win, right? And you look at the month of February, they didn't have one single signature win in the month of February. And here we are getting towards the end of the season, and this is a team that many of us thought, including myself, that were legit title contenders. Now we think that they're pretenders. And it's not about what we think, it's about what they think. The locker room and how they've been playing over the last month or so is nowhere in hell that they have belief in that locker room. They need a win like tonight going against a Lakers team that has been playing outstanding basketball on both sides of the floor. And David talked about Karl Anthony Towns. Remember the last time they matched up? Luka wasn't even on the floor. Anthony Davis was still on the roster and he was on the bench. And J.J. Redick designed a game plan that locked Karl Anthony Towns up. So yes, he does need to go out there and have a big game. But the Knicks overall, they need a feel-good win, and they could get one tonight against the Lakers and make a statement to themselves.
Well, I look at it as like the ultimate chess match tonight, right? As far as almost like a playoff type setting here.
Okay.
When you look at J.J. Redick and as far as what he's been able to do with this Lakers team defensively, he's basically, if you're guarding the castle, there's the moat there. They're basically pushing out all the offensive players on the perimeter. They're allowing you to take three-pointers. This team has allowed the fewest amount of points in the paint since January 15th, and here's them in three. And that's going to be the interesting thing. If New York wins tonight, it's high-volume three-pointers and the ability to make shots.
I think you guys are all right. The Lakers, they've won a season-high 7 straight games here for them. The Knicks, meanwhile, they're 3-3 in their last 6 games. Once again, going up against another one of those top teams in the NBA. It would be nice for them to be able to walk away with the win. But both of these teams, the Knicks, the Lakers, ultimately they're hoping to unseat the defending champs. So, Park, I hear you have some thoughts. I think it's time for Big Perk's big list.
Damn it, it's not your list. It's Big Perk's list. There's actually rules to this, okay? You will speak when spoken to. Give me some energy. Bam. That's it. Bam! 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 Put it up there. It's not your list. It's mine.
It is Big Perk's big list of contenders to unseat the Celtics. Kendrick Perkins, the floor, my friend, is yours. Perk's getting ready. He's getting set. He's getting his notes. He's getting set for this big list. I cannot wait to see who he has here. He's just making sure. This is what happens in your home studio. You have time to prepare all of your papers, to get it all together, to find out who is going. I think I could do it.
I think we might just have to improvise.
I think I could probably do at number 5. Bam! I feel like I could do it. I want to see the list. All right.
There we go.
All right. So at number 5, let's see who he's got. Bobby Marks. Bam!
New York Knicks, who we will see tonight.
New York Knicks. Big Perk. We got the bam at number 5. Sir, you have the New York Knicks.
I do have the New York Knicks. Hey, look, I still have them as a threat to Boston. I feel like they got enough time to pull it together. Damn it, how I had to pull it together just now because I'm in a new studio in my home and things happen at times. Damn it, it happens, but you got to bounce back. I feel like they could bounce back and get on track. Now, coming in at number 4, y'all know the rules. You got to participate and bring the necessary energy that I need. Otherwise, you would not be invited back. Malika, where you at, girl?
I already had one. Let's do another. Bam!
The Milwaukee Bucks. They got a lot of non-believers out there. But guess what? Damian Lillard, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Both are playing at an all-NBA level. Brook Lopez, he's been balling. He's elevated his game since the All-Star break. Kyle Kuzma, great addition. Kevin Porter Jr. the other night had a triple-double off the bench. This team is dangerous. They get past the first round. In the second round, they'll be an underdog. That's a dangerous underdog and dangerous to underestimate Giannis Antetokounmpo. David, where you at? I know you're at the crib, but I need your energy, damn it.
All the way from ATL, bam! First time. I'm honored to do it.
Yeah, Magic City style, damn it. We going with the Los Angeles Lakers. Best defensive team since January. Luka is finally getting his legs up under him. He's finally getting his swag back. And y'all see LeBron James? I haven't seen LeBron James this happy in forever. He's playing off the ball. He's playing 1 through 5 defensively. He's running the floor. He's doing everything at a high level. I got the Lakers at number 3. Coming in at number 2, Bobby, where you at, man? I need you. Where your energy at now?
Good Magic City Magic. Bam!
That was it, fam. OKC. Hey, listen. Let me tell you about these boys over here with the Oklahoma City Thunder. SGA has been on attack. Ask Ja Morant. He gave him that work last night. But SGA is getting it done and leading the charge on both ends of the floor. The Oklahoma City Thunder ranked number 1 in everything defensively. I believe that they're coming out of the West. I believe that they're second on my list. But now, coming up at number 1. Bam! Put it up there. The Cavs. They check all boxes. The number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference, best record in the league. Donovan Mitchell, he's happy. He has a new coach at Kenny Atkinson, which has helped him elevate his leadership. DeAndre Hunter, hell of an addition at the trade deadline. Ultimate 3-and-D guy. Evan Mobley has been balling, doing his role at a high level. Hell, Jared Allen, a walking double-double. Ty Jerome, up for 6th Man of the Year. Again, Bobby, David, this is not y'all list. Malika, this is not your list, even though you started it all because of technical difficulties, but I'm back like I forgot something. Big perks, big list of biggest threats to the Boston's throne.
I hate to do this to you. I was so honored to bam for the first time, but we gonna bam them Knicks up out of there. I can't believe they made this list. You gotta have either the Nuggets or the Golden State Warriors somewhere on this list. Jimmy Butler being added to this Warriors team raises their ceiling. Were the last 2 teams that beat the Celtics? A Jimmy Butler-led Heat and a Stephen Curry-led Warriors team. They know how to beat this squad, and Jokic is the best player in the world. Just that alone, with Murray and the way that he's been playing, are definite threats. I would get the Knicks up out of here, Perk. Bam them away.
Well, the Lakers, they're going to have a litmus test to see exactly how